Today is September the 28th. Does God want cathedrals? Jesus actually comments on that here in the next paragraph. Now we are entering Mark 13 and Matthew 24 and 25. This section is called the Little Apocalypse or the Olivet Discourse. It's Jesus talking about the end of the world. What starts it? Mark 13, the first two verses. As he came out of the temple, one of his disciples said to him, "Look, teacher, what large stones and what large buildings." Jesus asked him, "Do you see these great buildings? Not one stone will be left here upon another. All will be thrown down." The disciples comment on the beauty of the temple. Now, the temple was recently finished. In the book of John, when Jesus was in the temple and cleansed the temple in chapter 2 of John, they said the temple has been in construction for 46 years. Josephus tells us that it took 47 years to finish. So apparently the temple was finished just in the first year of Jesus' ministry. It's only 2 years later. This is a very new building, and it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Jesus looks at it and says, the physical beauty of this building is fleeting. It will pass. In the Old Testament, the physical beauty of Solomon's temple lasted much longer than Herod's temple, but it too burned. Let's read the story of the burning in 2 Chronicles 36, 1-21.
2 Chronicles 36, verses 11 through 21, New Revised Standard Edition. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he began to reign. He reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. He did what was evil in the sight of the Lord his God. He did not humble himself before the prophet Jeremiah, who spoke from the mouth of the Lord. He also rebelled against King Nebuchadnezzar, who had made him swear by God. He stiffened his neck and hardened his heart against turning to the Lord, the God of Israel. All the leading priests and the people also were exceedingly unfaithful, following all the abominations of the nations, and they polluted the house of the Lord that he had consecrated in Jerusalem. The Lord, the God of their ancestors, sent persistently to them by his messengers, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place, but they kept mocking the messengers of God, despising his words and scoffing at his prophets, until the wrath of the Lord against his people became so great that there was no remedy. Therefore he brought up against them the king of the Chaldeans, who killed their youths with the sword in the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion on young men or young women, the aged or the feeble. He gave them all into his hands, all the vessels of the house of God, large and small, and the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the treasures of the king and his officials. All these he brought to Babylon. They burned the house of God and broke down the wall of Jerusalem, burned all its places with fire, and destroyed all its precious vessels. He took into exile in Babylon those who had escaped from the sword, and they became servants to him and to his sons until the establishment of the kingdom of Persia, to fulfill the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah, until the land had made up for its Sabbaths, all the days that it lay desolate to keep Sabbath, to fulfill 70 years.
So there in 2 Chronicles 36, we read 2 paragraphs. In the second paragraph, the temple is destroyed. The beauty of Solomon's temple did not preserve it. It was destroyed. Why? The first paragraph that we read tells us about Zedekiah, the leader of Jerusalem, just before the burning of the temple. What do we know about Zedekiah? Well, Zedekiah did evil. We know that Zedekiah did not humble himself. Zedekiah rebelled. Zedekiah did not turn to the Lord. Zedekiah was unfaithful, and Zedekiah polluted the house of the Lord. And so the temple was destroyed. Well, what do we do about this today? You know, when we go to worship, we need to make sure that we get our heart right to worship. Worship is not about the beauty of the building that we sit in. It's not about the music that we listen to. It's not about our physical comfort. It's about being in a right relationship with God. We need to get our heart ready to worship. Scripture reading from the New Revised Standard Version by Emily Herrera. If you have a question, drop it in the comments section below.